Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is going to be a short little video talking about an issue that I find with this game that doesn't really bother me anymore, but it definitely could be bothering newer players out there. So, what is it that I'm talking about, right? So, right now, we're playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Just came out. The game's pretty fun, but there is an issue, right? So, when I played the beta, I was using the default button layout, right? Which looks like this. Let's go to it. This is it. Light attack is square, medium attack is triangle, heavy is circle, blah 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 blah. Right? But as I was playing it, I realized, this button layout, I don't really like it. I want to change it because it doesn't. Some of the button combinations don't feel very good, and some of the other button combinations, like for example, charging your key, I'm never going to use that in a real match, so I don't really care if those buttons are right next to each other or not. So what I did was I changed it to something a little bit more familiar, which is more of like a Guilty Gear layout, right? Which is this. Whoops. ZSS2, Dragon Rush. No, what is going on here? Alright, let me fix this. And I believe that that is correct. And then I gotta change this to this. Alright, so now, why am I talking about this? What the hell does this have to do with anything? And how could that be a problem? Well, let's just go into, let's say you're like me, right? You change your button layout at the end of the beta, and then you get the full game, you immediately change your button layout because you're like, I'm used to this now, this is what I'm going to use to play. This felt the most comfortable to me. Now let's go through what this game is supposed to be teaching me, right? Let's say I am a new fighting game player. I don't know what I'm doing, right? I want to learn the game. Now, obviously I'm not, but I always like doing this because I want to see what the game is providing for newer players, because fighting games, typically tend to, the community tends to thin out pretty quickly, all right? So now I'm just going to go into combo challenge, right? Let's see what happens. Remember, I've changed my button layout. So light is X, medium is square, heavy is triangle. And I'm playing on a stick, right? You can hear that. So let's see what happens here. So remember, I've just changed my button layout, and I'm in here because I want to do these trials, man. I want to see what's up. I want to see what kind of combos I can land. So, alright, here we go. Super combo, huh? So I just got to mash square. Alright, let me mash square. Wait, what? I just mashed square. That's what the game told me to do. It's not a difficult combo to do. Why can't I do it? Why didn't it work? Let me do it again. It didn't work. Is the game broken? What's going on? These trials are too hard. I don't know what to do. I'm doing it again. What the hell? Oh, look. Maybe that's what I had to do. Oh, I didn't? Okay. Well, the issue that's happening here is that I've changed my button layout, but the game is not updating that, right? The game is showing square as being light, but square on my stick is now medium. So X is light. So it should be showing me mash X, not square, because I've changed my button layout. Or if you just want to avoid that situation entirely, instead of showing a face button, so if you're playing on PS4 showing triangle and circle, or if you're playing on Xbox showing X and Y, just show LMHS like every other game that is in this style, right? The funniest part about this is, like, while I'm doing this, I'm like, man, I was doing these trials after I changed my buttons, and I was struggling because when you get to situations like going to the goddamn trial, when you get to situations like this is not a hard combo to do, but none of these buttons are correct for me, right? So I have to be looking at the combo list and putting in the right buttons as I'm doing it. So it's almost like a Stroop test where you're supposed to say the font, the color of the font rather than the word that you see. So for this, right, it's like crouching triangle, triangle, jump, triangle, down circle. Right? That's never gonna work. I have to adjust as I'm doing the combo. I have to be aware of the button that it tells me to press, and then swap that out immediately for the button that I'm actually supposed to press, which is very disorienting, I guess you could say, or it's very frustrating to deal with because every other game does it. Every other game has this, unless it's like on PC, right? Guilty Gear has this. BlazBlue has this. They don't use X, circle, and triangle. They use, you know, KPSHD. BlazBlue uses ABCD. And the funniest part, like I was thinking about this, I'm like, why don't they just do that? You know, that seems like an easier way as opposed to like having to update some part of the code to be updated with whatever is in the button input section. Well, funnily enough, when we go into training mode, you'll see that they actually do use that. Now, why it's not in every part of the game is beyond me, but maybe this is something that they could change. Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up. Alright, so I have command display on. So on the left-hand side of the screen, when I do something, you're going to see it show up. And you can also see the virtual inputs on this in the center of the screen, right? So when I hold back, it shows me holding back and, you know, going back and forth. And when I press buttons, it also shows that, right? So why the hell does this show L, M, H, assist 1, S, assist 2, right? Why does it show it in the center of the screen and on the left-hand side of the screen? But when I go to special move list, it shows square and triangle and circle. What is this? Oh, vital point attack. Quarter circle forward square. Alright, let me try that. Is that the move? It's definitely not the move. I mean, it's a stronger variation of the move, but it's not the move, right? Because when we start getting into... Let's do this. Quarter circle forward X or quarter circle back X. Let's try that. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Definitely not. This is the move. Right? That's the move. Not whatever the hell it was that I was doing. I was doing something completely different. And then we see things like R1. What the hell is R1? What is R1? If I'm looking at this screen, right, and I'm trying to be like, okay, well, this is light, this is medium, and this is heavy for all characters, and this is my assist button, and this is my special button. Where's R1? If I press, okay, R1, right? Let's try that. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Quarter circle forward, R1, performable in air. Okay, let's try that. Well, this is not my super. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? And that's what it's supposed to be. And if you look at the left-hand side, you'll see it's light plus medium. So please, change this. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And I don't know how it got through because no other game has this. It feels like you're playing one of those like a PC game that doesn't have the correct inputs for like your pad if you're playing with a PS4 controller, and it will say there'll be like a quick time event. Something happens, and then Leon has to like roll out of the way in Resident Evil 4, and instead of it showing you like press X and circle, it says like press F9 and page up, and you're looking at your controller like, what are these buttons? That's what this feels like. So I don't know if it's possible, but if it is, please update that. Thank you.